Hello guys, this is Dudical from Man Up Mate, the clan where 3 stars win wars and egos lose wars. Today we're looking at a recap of our battle with Sushi from 2 days before this goes live here. And as you can see, it was a pretty solid victory for us, 65 to 50, and this is what I like to see, 15 3 stars versus 8 3 stars when you look at the two. What I'd like to show you first of all is just a comparison of a couple of dragon attacks here, and Eric is one of our very strong drag lunars. If I can scroll this down here quickly enough, you can see his first attack here versus their number 13 got 3 stars. Second attack against a very similar base got 1 star, and I'm just going to look at some markups of these and then the replays to show you guys why that big difference in stars with two very similar bases. So here's base 13. This is the one that he 3-starred. As you can see, it's a pretty typical double ring base with the hog ring here. And in case anyone doesn't know about this double ring base, the goal here is you have this ring that has nothing in it so that the troops will flow around the outside attacking the next closest target instead of going to the core. When people do a poor funnel on dragon attacks, the dragons will go out here and the air defenses will just keep shooting them as they go around. The dragons never get to the core and it's a 1-star. Otherwise with hogs, the same thing. The hogs will path from defense to defense and then not go into the middle. If this guy's trying to stop hogs from going to the middle, he did a really crappy job of it, because here you've got a defense out here and your next defense is way over here, so the hogs will actually path from this tower into the core right over to the mortar. And this whiz tower makes absolutely no sense. But back to the task at hand here. How do we get these dragons in here to destroy this base? Your goal is to take out the air defenses as quickly as possible, and so you always want to attack the side with the air defenses. So that means in this case you want to send a funnel in from the northeast, starting your funnel here in the top corner to get rid of those buildings, this corner to get rid of these, and then the dragons coming in from the middle. When you first start analyzing this, the first thing I like to do is look at the range of the air defenses. You can see what he did here. He put the air defenses in the middle with very high hit point structures on the outside, which is a fantastic strategy because it takes the dragons a long time to get through the storages. The high hit point buildings again are your town hall, your clan castle, and then the storages. The thing that doesn't work very well for him, though, is that if you look at the range of the air defense, your dragons are going to be attacking from here. The air defense won't even hit them, so they'll be able to take these storages down. So a little bit of poor planning on his base, but good to know that when you're attacking it. Over here, there's a small possibility he'll hit your dragons. I don't think so. And over here again, same thing. But since we're attacking from the northeast, none of that really matters. The other things to think about when you're doing your Dragoon attack, other than the pathing, is what are the effects of the clan castle going to be on your dragons, and what are the effects of the heroes going to be. The dragon artificial intelligence and pathing goes from one structure to the next closest structure to the next closest structure to your dragons. So they move in just this stepwise fashion. The one thing that can throw it off, though, is the clan castle troops will pull the dragons. They will ignore other structures and go for the clan castle troops. The same thing for the heroes. So in this case, if you just did a standard funnel, dropped here and in the middle, there's a good chance that your dragons are all going to pull off to this side and move towards that barbarian king, because he is going to lure them off here. So you have to be a little careful in this situation, and we'll take a look and see what Eric did here. So the war starts, he drops his king here. Normally I'm not a fan of using the king at the beginning of a Dragoon attack unless it's really going to help to build your funnel by getting rid of buildings on the outside to push your dragons away from that opening you've created. But in this case he makes a nice swap for the king, and then he begins his funnel, starting with the corners, which is fantastic. And then as we speed up, you can see he drops his dragons in. One really small criticism, you see he dropped them kind of in a line, boom, 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 boom. If you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, moving from the outside to the middle, you take out the outside buildings first, then move to the center, just a little bit more reliable. It's a little bit of a style thing, didn't matter here, but in general, drop the dragons on the outside structures, and if you're going for this, gradually alternate back and forth till you get to the middle. From here on out, the drags pretty much move to the center, drops the rage, drops the balloons behind it. And this is fantastic. He's got about 7 dragons here, all going to be hit by this rage. That is your goal. You want to hit as many dragons as possible with the rage to maximize the benefit you get, and you want to get those balloons going in through there as well. So we'll watch how this plays out here. The loons hit the rage, they go in, take out these air defenses, and the dragons are actually being drawn towards the middle where you want them by the clan castle troops. So this is a textbook Dragloon or Dragoon 10-5 attack. He still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dragons alive, and what is that, 2 or 3 loons at the end. So an easy 3-star for him because of how he deployed it, and particularly because of how he got rid of that king at the beginning. Now here's the second base that Eric attacked, base number 10. You can see it's a fairly similar structure. Again, the double ring with the 2-space ring in the middle. Probably a little bit better constructed ring to actually fulfill the purpose of a ring. The king is over here, and Eric attacks from the northeast again, which again I think is a totally appropriate side to attack from. You've got 2 air defenses on that side that you can take out before crossing the midline here. And also the clan castle is going to pull your dragons in towards the middle, so great direction to attack from. The one other thing that you will notice here is instead of putting these high hit point structures along the middle of the ring here, he put all of them in one corner. This does not provide very good defense for these air defenses here, but it actually turns out to be the thing that totally ruins Eric's attack here. And the reason for this, as you'll see, is these high hit point structures take a long time to take down. So he starts his funnel, dragons here and here, which is great, but this dragon takes these bases out, starts moving in this direction. Well, this guy is still basically sitting here doing nothing. So when he drops the rest of his dragons down, they take this out, they move this way, this way, this way, and all the dragons then are clustered around here taking out these structures. Let's take a look at the replay here. And again, Eric is one of our strongest Dragloon players, so this is not meant as criticism at all. It's kind of an unexpected result, but this is why it happened. So, starts the attack here, dragon sitting there. He gives it a little extra time, and I think that's probably because he realized we've got these high hit point structures here. This dragon goes in, starts taking these down. Speed it up a little bit here. He brings in the king to stop the dragons from going down this left side, which is totally fine. I personally like to save the king till the end, but you can see here, dragons attack this. This side is clear, so the next closest building's here, here, and here. So since this side did not come into the middle, everything got pulled off to the right. And now this ring is doing what it was intended to. It keeps the drags circling around the outside. Well, the defensive structures can pick them off. And the rest is pretty much history. The drags fall around the outside and eventually get destroyed. So I hope this was a helpful kind of examination of how the exact same strategy needs to be customized when you look at the differences in terms of how the base is laid out and how to set up your funnel. In this case, pausing for 1 second here again, since these structures are so far from any defenses that are actually going to hurt them, you can plop 2 or 3 dragons here and let them sit for a little while. You obviously don't want to run out of time and not finish your attack, but the air defenses can't reach. There are no archer towers in range of these. The whiz tower can't reach them anyway, and it's a fairly low DPS building as far as dragons are concerned. So in this case, probably what would have worked is dropping 2 or 3 dragons here first, 1 over here, and letting them kind of meet in the middle, and then using the standard Dragloon approach. Anyway, again, Eric, one of our super strong players, not meant as criticism at all, just an unexpected result. Anyway, remember guys, 3 stars win wars, egos lose wars, keep clashing.